Today we are revisiting skinning silver per hour in a tier 4 blue zone. For those that aren't aware, after the June 30th patch, item power soft caps are in effect, and how does that affect gathering? Well, you still have the same gathering yield. The amount of hides or fiber or whatever it is you're gathering will not be affected at all. However, the tier 8 gathering gear sets that you wear will not give you as much HP, and your weapons will not deal as much damage in save zones, meaning it does take a little bit longer to kill enemies now. So, the old meta for skinning was using a crypt candle and some sort of fire staff, and with a tier 8.4 skinner's garb, you could one-shot up to tier 5 mobs with a single auto attack. You hit them once with an auto attack, they catch on fire, they get poisoned, and by the time they run up to you, by the time you've piled them all up in a big ball, they will all have died to the hide animal poison and fire damage over time auto attack. But now, because of item power soft caps, that is not the case. If I auto attack a Moa bird with that set on, it will be nearly dead, but not full dead. So what this means is that instead of just auto attacking everything into a ball, you're going to now have to use a weapon to kill the mobs, just like you were when you were a newbie, just like when you were a new player or an undergeared player. And what this does for experienced or veteran players is, yes, it does take a little bit longer to skin. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. However, each pull takes maybe 1 to 2 extra seconds. It's like 1 to 2 extra seconds per pull. And yes, if you were to gather 12 hours a day for like 4 months, okay, yes, that would add up to losses. You will be losing silver compared to the old ways. There's no way around it. However, you're probably wondering, well, how much silver are we losing here? And this run, I'm going to spoil it a little bit. It's still 1,000,000 silver per hour, and I know there's players out there, every time I make a video like this, they're like, so Benji, how are you making 1,000,000 silver per hour? I'm barely making 200,000. And the answer is simple. You need to unlock tier 8 skinning, because if you are wearing a tier 4 gathering set, you do not have the same gathering yield as a tier 8 gathering set, but also with tier 4 skinning tools or gathering tools, it doesn't matter if it's skinning or not, you are gathering so much slower than someone in tier 8. At some point in the video, I don't know when, it's probably towards the end of this clip, there's a guy, he's harvesting fiber. He's on a tier 4 fiber node, and he's a new player, and by the time that he never finishes harvesting the fiber. He gets on the fire, he starts chopping it. Well, I harvest the same fiber node next to him because it was enchanted, so I yoinked it instantly, and then I killed like 2 or 3 enemies, skinned them all, moved on to the next pack, skinned those enemies, and he was still on the same node trying to harvest it, okay? So what that means is there is a clear distinction of speed. It's 4 to 5 times faster to gather when you have tier 8 tools, but also the Avalonian tools give you more gathering yield. The tier 8 skinning knife, the Avalonian skinning knife, it gives you 20% increased yield. This means for every 5 enemies that I skin, I'm basically getting 1 extra for free. And because it's a tier 8 tool, it vacuums up the resources very, very quickly. There is no world in which you are ever going to match the earnings and speed of a tier 8 gatherer with just tier 4, tier 5, tier 6 tools. You can go on Reddit and they're like, go to the black zone and gather, you'll make more per hour. No, you won't. You will literally not. You will be spending most of your time trying to find a node that isn't empty or 1 tick. You're going to be running from gankers. Yes, if you were to, like, say, kill 1 tier 8 mob and gather it, you will make more silver than if you went to a blue zone and killed a tier 2 mob and gathered it. But that tier 2 mob, it respawns in 1 minute with a full yield. There's big packs you can pull, very easy pulls. You can consistently farm the entire zone all damn day, no matter what time of day it is. Whereas in the black zone, you might not find another good mob to skin for 15 to 20 minutes. And the earnings are terrible. Like, I have done so many gathering videos on my time with this game, and I have done the spreadsheets, the research. I have, boots on the ground field tested all of this, and tier 4 blue zones for everything but wood cutting for some reason can't be beat. If you're going to cut wood, do it in a tier 5 blue or yellow zone. Not a tier 6 zone. Tier 6 zones, even the safe zones, even the yellow ones, are a noob trap. They're constantly empty. They're overfarmed. And they take forever for nodes to respawn. They have low mob density. They have low resource density. They're not worth doing. So, yes, you may be thinking, but Swole Benji, I don't have tier 8 gathering. I can't make 1,000,000 per hour. Listen, this is an MMORPG. It takes time. I remember being a new player. I still remember. I started this game as a lumberjack. That's all I did. I chopped trees and I crafted bows. I didn't even, do much else, okay? I eventually branched out, of course, but I found it to be kind of miserable, going to the black zone and dying all the time. But it took me, because I messed up. I was a new player. I didn't know what I was doing. I used my learning points on my combat gear, so I had no learning points to dump into my gathering. It took me 3 months of playing casually to get tier 8 lumberjack. 3 months. 3 months. Whereas if you save your learning points and you use only your learning points towards one gathering node, especially as a new player, you can get tier 8 in about 1 to 2 weeks. It's depending on how much you play. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. It's a big grind. It's not as bad as of a grind as, say, I don't know, old school RuneScape. That's pretty grindy. There's a lot of grindy MMOs out there, and Albion, while it's up there, it's not the grindiest, okay? But once you get it done, you're going to enjoy 1,000,000 silver per hour. That is without premium. You don't need 8.4 gear. You just need an Avalonian skinning knife, which is like 2 million. You just need the tier 8 gathering set, which is maybe another 2 to 3 million. So you put 5 million in, you get a nice boar like I've got, and you're all set forever. You can literally log in anytime, watch movies, eat food, anime, whatever it is you like to do, watch streams, watch YouTube videos like you are now, while you gather. Like when I watch a long YouTube video or a stream, I'm gathering. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing with my time. So yeah, it's I just want to touch base here. Now, I go over the drops as well coming up, and I get some lucky drops, but at the end of the calculations, I do not factor in those lucky drops, and so let me explain. First off, we have the repair bill. That was 36,000. Now, we earned about almost 3,000 faction points. We skin like 4 more mobs or kill like 1 mob, we get 3,000. That can buy you a beast heart, which will cover all the repairs and even give you some extra silver. So we're not going to factor in the cost of repairs. We're also not going to factor in the cost of the journey back, which was like 65,000. I'll talk about that in a bit. So here is the estimated market value, 654,000. Now here's our 3 lucky drops: Tome of Insight, Skinning Gathering Tome, and a Fiber Harvester Tome, which is really, really good for 30 minutes. But I put those in a chest, so we're not going to factor those in. So without the lucky drops, 444,000, which is 888,000 per hour. I threw away the tier 1 scraps that were clogging my inventory. But now I have gathering journals. I have gathering journals and laborers. So I filled enough journals to get 2,337 tier 2 hide. This is the value, estimated market value. Here's the final earnings. Thank you so much for watching. Click the video on the right side of your screen. If you do, you will get an extra chicken nugget next time you go out to eat. Mwah. You guys are awesome. See you in the next video. Take care.